Good morning students, good morning parents. You know who I am. I'm Soughardo Chattopadhyay. I'm the new English teacher in this school and I teach English, and while I teach English, one very unfortunate phenomenon which I have observed among students of all age categories is the fact that people don't take interest in studying English. You heard it right. People do not take interest in studying English. People study English just to get good marks in the exam. People study English, from what I have observed from my experience, they study English because they have to, because they are studying in an English medium school, because they have to study this subject on a compulsory basis. That is why people are more interested in studying English. That is the unfortunate thing what I have observed throughout my years of teaching. Now, one question which generally crops up is that why students in India do not take any interest in studying English. Why is it the fact that when people read literature, they read literature just to memorize some facts, just to mug up some answers and then to vomit in the exam? This is a phenomenon which is noticed not just among schools in UP but all India. On a pan-India basis, we have observed this fact. The students do not know the value of what they are learning. When you do not know the value of what you are learning, when you do not have any idea of what kind of knowledge you are imbibing, then it is very easy for you to actually forget about that knowledge. It is very easy for you to ignore the merits of that knowledge. Literature. We study literature when we study English. English is not about grammar. English is not about a particular set of rules. English is not about learning something and vomiting in the exam. It is about literature. And literature is as old as human civilization itself, right? Literature is as old as human civilization itself. Literature has a specific value among human beings. What is the value of literature amongst human beings? Literature makes us feel the emotions, the feelings, the expressions, and those permanent things in nature and amongst human beings which we do not feel in ordinary lives, right? For example, like when students come to the school, when you come to the school on your bus and you arrive to your room and you start your classes, there are numerous incidents that happen to you while you are in the bus, while you are on the way from your house to your school, that you fail to observe. Probably you do observe them, but those memories are obliterated from your mind because you do not assign any importance to them. Now these very, you can say not unimportant, but these ordinary feelings, these ordinary expressions, these ordinary emotions which you do not pay any heed to, which you do not pay any importance in real life, you have to pay importance to these kind of emotions in literature. When we read great poems, and the unfortunate thing about students in India and all over the world is that people don't like to read poems. Sometimes maybe you take 1 or 2 minutes to read some story, or 10-15 minutes to read some story, but whenever you read a poem, just try to ask yourself, what do you do when you read a poem? You go and search up its meaning in internet, you try to memorize some answers, you do not try to understand the inner meaning. So poetry actually encourages you to take the very ordinary emotions that are found in human life seriously. Ordinary emotions like love, like hatred, compassion, gentleness, right? Helping another person, being jealous of another person, right? All these emotions that we feel daily, we feel them even more deeper in literature. It is often said that, it is said by a very famous novelist who lived in France, Franz Kafka, once said that literature was like an axe and our feelings have been so much condensed and deposited in our heart. We have ignored the true and real feelings in our life so much that it is as if a layer of ice has actually gathered over your chest, so that you cannot experience the true feelings anymore. So when you try to experience the true feelings, what you experience are the superficial feelings, not the true feelings at all. Literature makes you feel those feelings once again, like you are experiencing them for the first time. Literature brings a sense of wonder in your life, a sense of surprise in your life, like you are experiencing something from the very beginning. Remember about something that you have experienced for the first time, right? For example, going to a park for the first time, holding hands with another human being for the first time, coming to your school for the first time. Remember those raw emotions that you felt while you actually did these things, right? While you did these things for the first time, you felt these emotions in your nerve, you felt these emotions in your blood. But after that, what happened? Because of the monotony of life, because of the boredom of life, because of the fact that life does not give us many chances or time is very limited in our life, what happens is that we ignore these emotions, we ignore these feelings completely, and by ignoring them we fail to live a truly important human life, we fail to live a truly meaningful human life. A truly meaningful human life is not a life where you actually wake up from your sleep, eat your food, have your breakfast, come to your school, go back to your house, do your tuitions, have your dinner, and then go to sleep. No. A truly meaningful life is not where a person wakes up from the sleep, goes to the office, spends 14 hours there, comes back to the house, becomes very tired, has his dinner and falls asleep. No, this is not what a truly meaningful human life is. But unfortunately, 95% of people live this kind of monotonous life, and they run after money. They think that, money is the most important thing in life, and they sacrifice mental peace for that, they sacrifice contentment for that, they sacrifice everything for it. So when you live this kind of life, of course what you are going to ignore is that you are going to ignore these feelings and emotions which make up for most of our life. And when you ignore them, you fail to live a truly meaningful life. So how can literature help in this regard? When you read the life of great people, when you read the stories of great people, when you read the dramas and poems written by great poets and great dramatists, they will make you, through words, through lyrics, through verses, they will make you feel these emotions as if you are feeling them for the first time, right? Through a process that is called defamiliarization, through a process that is actually known in common words as knowing something for the first time, right? They will introduce this sense of wonder in the books, they will introduce this sense of wonder in the poems. So by the time you have finished the poem, it will look like you are traveling, or you have traveled to a completely different world, and you have gained insight and knowledge of something that is not there in the world probably, right? That way you will live not just one human life that you are living right now. It's almost like role play. You will be living a completely different life while you will be immersed or engrossed in reading some other book. So you will be living many lives. Your life will become universal in nature. You will participate in emotions that are felt universally, rather than living a very bored kind of life and not experiencing anything at all. So through this particular video, what I have wanted to tell you was that you should show some respect to the subjects that you are studying, and this goes not just for English. Right now I'm an English teacher, that's why I'm telling you things that are often ignored about my subject. But what you have to do is that you have to get the best out of every subject that you are studying, and by getting the best out of every subject that you are studying, you have to formulate your own ideas, you have to formulate your own views, you have to think really that should I study just one subject just to get good marks in the exam, or is there really something that I can relate my life to, I can actually use in my life. Literature gives you that wisdom, literature gives you that experience which you will not have in your life up to a certain point of time. You are all children right now, so you don't have much experience in life. By reading literature, you will get that wisdom which was acquired by men through practical experience. Through practical experience. Now I'm going to conclude this particular speech. I'm going to encourage you to start reading poems. I'm going to encourage you to start browsing the internet and look up for your favorite authors who are, and the poets that are there, and implement in real life. And I'm sure that at the end of the day you are going to enjoy literature. Whatever doing, you are going to enjoy them much more better.